Hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to some Oxygen Not Included. Today we're playing the spaced out DLC version, the most current version I guess. We're starting from fresh at the request of my community. People have been asking me to bring it back, which I will happily oblige. This is easily one of my favourite games out there. It's got a very cutesy art style, as is all Clay games. Don't Starve is probably their bigger, more popular game, and this definitely suits our demographic here on the channel. It's very engineering, problem solving heavy. A lot of things like gas mixtures, heat exchange, that sort of thing. You know, trying to create closed and open systems. I love it to death. I really do. So any excuse to play this, I will take. So we're going to start a new playthrough from scratch. And, you know, if it's well received, I might get a couple more episodes out of it, or even a stream would be great. Anyway, new game, Survival. Okay, I guess it's just loading. Hopefully not freezing. That would suck. Oh. Nope, there we go. Right, okay, that's interesting. Maybe it just takes a little bit longer to load these new maps. Right, so we've got the two new biomes. We've got the swamp and we've got the terra. Now this is ideal. I guess they're both ideal. This sort of uses some new mechanics. And I think you can see down here, it takes the other planetoid out of the rotation. So for those familiar, the base game, you pick one of these planetoids to play on and that's it, right? And you can sort of go explore the galaxy a little bit to a point. But it is, dare I say, limited, at least compared to the new DLC. The new DLC, you pick one of these planetoids and then you actually go and you set up colonies on all these other planets as well. So it's actually incredibly more complicated, robust when it comes to all the space travel stuff. I think we will just play on this one. All right, we'll just play on this one. I would like very much to sort of get my foot in the door, get established, get out there and get space exploring and all that sort of stuff. Sorry, the words escaped me, bit of a brain fart. So we'll just do the ideal location there. But like I said, we'll still be able to visit the other planet. No sweat anyway, not a big deal. And it's good because they all have different resources. You are motivated ultimately to go to these other planets for production reasons and that. Dare I say, I mean, it's obviously not Dyson Sphere, but the same idea. You're going to different planets for different reasons and they have to interact with each other through sort of trade. I'd like to actually get up to it. It'd be nice. So we'll just give it a chance to set up. It's interesting. I doubt it's my PC, but I mean, it could be. I don't think so. I just go with default people. That's fine. Let's just call this bloody. How long can I make it? The Scarlet Square Headery. That seems like a pretty good name for a colony. The Scarlet Square Headery. And we'll just take these bloody random drongos in and then off we go. I think once it's all loaded in, we're probably going to be going all right. All right, cool. So we need to get established. I'm going to move fast. This isn't necessarily a tutorial. Now, I'm not a bloody expert or anything like that, but I have my methods. I have my rhythm, and I don't really want to mess with it today. We will put what I will do is have a 2-gap stairwell, so we can put a fire pole. That's probably the one sort of thing that I'm going to do a little bit different. And do we want to go 4 high? No, fuck this. I'm going to go hyper compact and just go 3 high, to be honest. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to build like that. Boom. Not enough materials. I'm not surprised. Bear with me. Oh god, it's been a hot minute since I played this actually, so I'm losing a little bit of my momentum. So we'll just go left-hand side ladder. Now, like I said, this attracts all sorts. It's amazing. You know, I actually had to ban people on my channel. Well, 1 or 2, to be perfectly honest. Because I build this way. I build in a very modular, you know, small scale building. I like to do it. It's my video game. I enjoy it. I shouldn't have to justify it or, you know, or any of that sort of thing. But I would have people that would just routinely berate me non-stop because I just wasn't building the way they wanted to. It's unbelievable, man. The internet, man. Who would have thought there were crazy people on it? But anyway, look, I build on a fairly micro scale. I like it. It's neat and tidy. And, you know, until the game makes me scale up, I won't. So if this somehow triggers you, I would say look inward. Because there's something strange going on in there. You should figure out what that is. Okay, so wash basin. We'll get a toilet going. Probably a good start. We want an oxygen generator as well. What we'll do is we'll sort of finish this block here. Such a risk of backseating with colony sims, and this is true. You have to be careful. But it's interesting, there's an analogy to be had for having just good general discourse with other people with a different opinion, right? Instead of being so quick to tell people how to do it, which is to say the one way you figured out for your colony, or maybe you see these guys that have this false authority because they Googled it. They found it on the top rated Reddit bloody post or whatever. So then they come from this place where they believe in their heart of hearts that that they're right, that they have some sort of legitimacy to their claim. So they'll just come in there swinging like a wrecking ball to tell you how it's going to go. But there's also an opportunity for you to just sort of watch, and this guy's going to get himself trapped down there, isn't he? Oh no, he teleported up, okay. To sort of just watch and observe and learn from someone else's builds. Now, you might not like the way I build, but you might actually look at it and go, oh, maybe one thing I do teaches you something new. All my supplies are under there. That shits me to tears. Can I still access them? I can't. That's frustrating. So yeah, anyway. Pet peeve, I suppose. Now, where are we going to put these bloody spinning wheels? Let's put them up here. So I'm going to make the mirror block. Like that. So you can already see the modular, like I said, idiosyncratic, embrace it baby, nature of what I'm doing. Essentially, we're going to get an oxygen generator up here, but we need to power it. We also need water for this hand basin, or we're going to have some problems. That's, okay, these aren't the most favorable water pockets. I guess I could dig straight across there. It'll probably flood out. Fuck it, we'll give it a go. We'll do something like that, and I'll put a water pump there. And we'll probably do something like this. I think that might be the go. So we're just sort of flying along. I mean, if you're not familiar, like I said, I've got a bit of breathing room here. Toilets and that can produce, from that yellow thing produces like poo and germs. You sort of have to try and get on top of it. So we need the basin to have water in it. You can have a plumbed basin, but for the moment you just have to manually fill it up. So you can see this dude, they're making germs, and that's why we need the water supply over here. This will help us generate oxygen, because if you go to the oxygen overlay, you can see that we're going to quickly start having a CO2 problem. So we're going to have to get that pumping, but in order to do that, we need power. And that's why I'm carving out a little bit of extra space to get power going. So we're going to put them on little bloody hamster wheels up here. So that should get the ball running. Ball rolling, sorry. We'll run this cable there. And then, because this thing's 4 high, and I'm liking to build 3 high in my current build, we're actually going to make this really weird dog leg room that's only 2 high, but it works out well because we're going to put batteries in there for the moment. We can change that later. Now, I've queued up a lot of tasks. You got to be careful with that. You've only got so much labor force, and you got a lot of plates to spin, but I'm sort of just YOLOing it a little bit at the moment. Need some more metal. We'll get metal when we go up there, so that's good. Again, it's good to get the batteries up first as well. You can you can get them stuck in a loop where if they're just generating power for a machine, consuming it, but they're not accumulating any of it, they end up stuck on the machine infinitely long. Especially say you got 3 dudes and you had 3 wheels, they don't stand off, and that can create all sorts of problems. How do I do this again? Copy settings. So there we go. So that's our storage boxes, so we'll get them to sweep them up at a point. Sort of just wait for a little bit now that we've got it all queued up. Why is this guy asleep? So I love this diagnostics tab. This is new, not strictly to the DLC, but I believe it was after the DLC. And you can track resources as well, which comes in handy for things like dirt and that on planets we don't have them. But beds, we definitely need to give them some beds. What else are we getting? Okay, see these little yellow lights? I think that's tracking. But yeah, this sort of analytics is all very new. We didn't have that back in the day. What I might actually do is get them beds sooner than later, because I don't normally. I really don't. They get like a saw back negative debuff against them if you don't give them a sleep in like a bed, which slows them down, and I suppose over the course of a day that would add up. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's all interesting. So... And why isn't that? Because I haven't connected the batteries. There we go. So we need to wire them up. So that water we could probably mop actually, which is helpful because that'll bottle them immediately. Cool. So colony's sort of coming along. You can see this messes with my bloody design there a bit, but whatever. We've already hollowed out this area a little bit, so maybe we continue along there. And we need to make a CO2 sump because that's heavier than oxygen. You can see there it naturally gravitates below there. So I like having sort of like a little region dedicated for CO2 capture. I call it a sump because, well, I guess that's what it is. So we'll dig that out. And they're going to charge the batteries. You can change the battery threshold to like 50%, that sort of thing. Well, it is at 50%. So as soon as the battery storage in my base drops below 50%, they will automatically jump on the wheel and start charging it. But yeah, it is interesting. A la Stationeers, I love these more cartoonized design decisions as opposed to fidelity and realism, especially when you're dealing with a subject material that is very much rooted in realism. So the core of this game is solving essentially real logistical and engineering problems, but they've put such a beautifully cute aesthetic over the front of it. I think it's the best way to do it. Station is another great example. All your buttons are really big and bright and obvious, and then, you know, you find yourself doing complex stuff. But by having the sort of cleaner, cartoony art style, it puts you in a situation where you can really focus in on the problem solving more, as opposed to, I don't know, if it's too hyper realistic, you'll be like, oh, I can't see that button, or I lost that tool because it's blending in with the background. Doing things this way removes a lot of those sort of problems. Anyway, so they're sort of just mopping up and cleaning at the moment. What I might do is, let's complete this area a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Through. Like that. Through. Might as well fill in that block as well. There. So there's 2 more rooms. And then we'll have a 2 wide ladder bay. Like that. Let's dig all that out. Let's get some doors up. Because I like doors. Doors are good for like room bonuses. Oh, we'll have the latrine one. I can show you. If you go to the room overlay, you can see it technically becomes a room and you get a morale bonus from using it. So having doored off areas is kind of important. They don't stop anything other than they just make the game know that it's now a room. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them some cots. Oh, we got a new arrival. Noodle arms. Let's do this guy. The more the merrier for the old workforce. You need to do a food source as well. Generally, I build a redundancy machine for microbe mushing early, but you don't want to use that if you can because it creates this sort of negative feedback loop where you're always spending power and dirt to make food when you should be farming and coming up with like a renewable source. But the other thing is if you don't have that system in place and you somehow run out of food by accident, you are absolutely fucking cooked. So you don't want that at all. What's happened there? Let's just dig that out as well. So the sump's working all right. I think we're off to an all right start. I want to move this box so I can make a wall, you know. Yeah. And give them a bit more of a chance to get some work done. Get some beds done. We're going to need some Jeffrey's tubes for them to walk through, so... So that'll be good there. Got the beds up. And nice, we're flying along. Now let's just start filling all that stuff up. One, two, three, four. Oops. Get that going. Oh, hang on. Did I not have the resources for that? I do. So, we need to move this box. And in order to move that box, we actually need to research the box. So we can't actually build it yet. So getting a research station up probably couldn't hurt. Gotta watch out for the old falling sand. Yeah, it's actually pretty good when you have a gravity-fed CO2 sump at the bottom, like so. It actually sort of manages itself quite well. And then what we'll probably do there is queue up the old research project and give the guys a chance to clean everything up. I want to clone that to there for symmetry's sake. And then maybe we can get another bed up. That'll be good. How's our food? We've still got 13,000 kilocalories. Or just calories. Sleeping in the toilet, that is classy. But at least we've managed to contain most of the shit to there. I like to put the unclogging on 9. We'll probably have to build another toilet soon as well. That actually very quickly becomes a problem, is not having enough toilets. You know what, instead of just talking about it, maybe I will actually deal with it this time for a change. There we go. Research, we'll get the research, first load's a bit much. We'll do that basic farming because I want the food box to move it. Geez, they're going to get trapped in there if we're not careful. What's going on there? What are you missing? Copper resources. Let's dig that out, it might make a difference. Alright. Such a great game though. Big fan. So they're just going to research away there. I don't want to overdo it. We want to keep them powered up. It's a good opportunity for everyone to sort of clean up the base as well. You can see up here we're having circulation issues already. I mean, and that makes sense because that's where the circulation is. So what we'll probably do is get some airflow tiles to help that. I also like to mirror this access tube, this Jeffrey's tube, up onto top here as well, and that helps a lot with the circulation, which is good. Where does the black water go? Well, it manifests in the form of polluted dirt, which is a problem, and you can put it through a composter to try and turn it into dirt. And a lot of heat emitting in that process as well. Heat death is a very real problem in this game. You've got to be careful of. Now, we'll delete that. What we're going to want to do is build a kitchen. Probably up here. Oh, whoops. Right. Should just let them sleep, eh? And we'll put the microbe musher there. Put the new ration box there. Probably want to run some power up there too. Nice and neat and tidy. I've made a fuck up there. Hang on. What I need is access in the middle. Fuck. That's a shame. Here we go. Run the electricity tiles through the floor. Electricity through the floor tiles. I absolutely could. I don't know. Force of habit. It still has to go up and down somehow. You know. So I run it up the ladder. But yeah, I could run it through the floor tile for sure. 100%. The answer truly is the force of habit. Geez, we're up to 26 minutes already. Holy heck. Flying through this bloody episode. I love this game. I could play this game for hours and hours. Might have to stream it. We'll see what people reckon, how well it's received, of course. Alright, so what we're going to do is set the mush bar forever, and we're going to put it on priority 9, and then we're going to hit enter to turn the machine off, right? So this machine is now, and we'll just put all sweep in there for food. This machine is now a dedicated mush bar making machine, and all I ever have to do is click on it and hit enter, and then someone will just make mush bars until I say stop. So it's good to have. Choose a blueprint. Decrease athletics. Decrease decor. Oh, she'll do. Insufficient oxygen. I don't know about that. Yeah, it just needs to circulate. Look at that. It ended up getting through there in the end. So that's nice. And now we've got a little kitchen. We're actually sort of getting along in leaps and bounds, you know. They're cleaning everything up. So what we might want to do is, oh well, now we can seal this wall in as well, so they'll actually start using the maintenance hallways, as it were. The sump is doing okay. I guess at this point, maybe build another bedroom. Oh, great. I'm doing it again. I'm just autopiloting. Kills me every time. What are you doing? Oh, gee. Right. Geez, there's a brain fart that you don't see very often. Nice. Look, bloody Devon's asleep. Very cool. So there you go. Getting the ball running again. Nothing too spectacular or unusual out of the park or anything like that. But like I said, it's been a hot minute since we played this. It fell out of vogue on the channel, but people are asking for it back on. It seems like as good a place as anything to start a new playthrough. Make sure you let me know what you reckon. If you want to see more, like if you would like to see me stream this, you know, I would easily make a 100 episode Oxygen Not Included series. I would love that. But we obviously need interest as well. We got to look after the community and see what they want and what they'll rally behind as well. So let me know. Let me know if you've been curious about it. If you got it, maybe you've got it on your wish list as well. I love hearing these stories. Otherwise, team, we might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.